Have you ever woken up and felt like your brain was trying to run cutting-edge software on a 1998 computer? The alarm clock goes off, and one of those old Windows error messages pops up in your head. Error 404, motivation not found. The system will now operate in safe mode. That's exactly it. Safe mode. Vital functions are active. You breathe, blink, maybe manage a primitive grunt toward the coffee maker. But any more complex tasks, like thinking of a nice reply to a good morning text or picking out matching clothes, are completely out of the question. The system simply doesn't have enough RAM for that before 9 a.m. And while you're there, standing in the middle of your room, your processor overheating, you open Instagram. And what do you see? People who, apparently, wake up with their operating system already updated and optimized. Not only have they found motivation, but they've already taken it to sunrise yoga, written 3 pages in a gratitude journal, and made a smoothie with ingredients you can't even pronounce. That's when we feel like failures. It seems like there's a secret club of perfect mornings. And not only are we not invited, we're probably on the list of people to be turned away. The truth is, the culture of personal development has turned the morning into a productivity competition, and most of us start the day feeling like we've lost the race. But what if I told you the problem isn't you? What if the problem is the software they're trying to sell you? Here at the Anti-Coach Social Club, we don't believe in magic solutions or in transforming into a completely different person overnight. We believe in understanding our inner chimpanzee, the one who looks at an alarm clock and just wants to throw it at the wall, the one who sees a green juice and would rather eat the grass. Our mission today is to help you exit safe mode, but not to run other people's programs, but to install some small patches update, some drivers, simple things that will make your own system run a little more smoothly. Let's hack the morning our way. Stick around, because we'll explore 6 habits that don't require you to wake up at 5 a.m., but can truly start to change the way you approach the start of your day. And the first step is to accept the bug in the system. Let's delve deeper into the concept of safe mode. When your computer enters this state, it only loads essential files and drivers. It's a bare-bones version of the system, designed solely to function and help you diagnose the problem. Now think about your morning. Isn't it exactly the same? Your brain, after hours offline, needs a reboot. And the shrill sound of an alarm is like trying to plug your computer in directly during a power outage. It's a shock. The system freezes, panics. The snooze function is our desperate attempt to postpone the inevitable, to buy a few more minutes for background processes to start loading. We press that button as if we're begging the system. Please, just 9 more minutes to load the good mood driver. The first great truth of the anti-coach is this: accept and respect your own morning slowness. This pressure to jump out of bed and get to work is unnatural. Think about our friend the chimpanzee. Do you think he wakes up and immediately starts making a to-do list for the day? No. He yawns, stretches, scratches places we wouldn't even mention in public, and spends some time just existing. He instinctively understands that the transition from rest to activity needs to be gradual. The problem with modern productivity is that it ignores our biology. It tells us the right thing to do is fight this slowdown, to force the system to load everything at once. The result? We spend the entire morning feeling like our brains are frozen. That mental blue screen, you know? You're physically present in a meeting, but your mind is still trying to decide whether to load the logical reasoning or emotional control file. So what's the first habit? It's a mindset shift. It's stopping beating yourself up for not being a morning person. It's understanding that you're not broken. Your brain is just doing what it's programmed to do. The real habit here is self-compassion. It's giving yourself permission to have a slow startup. In the next chapters, we'll give you the tools to make that startup smoother and more efficient. But none of this works if you keep beating yourself up inside for not being superhuman at 7 in the morning. Give yourself the same patience you'd give an old computer trying to open a large file. Take a deep breath and accept it. Safe mode is a state, not a sentence. We emerge from it, one step at a time. Okay. Minimally loaded operating system. You've already accepted that you're not going to dominate the world in the first 30 minutes of the day. Now, what do we do with this state of morning vulnerability? The primal instinct, the call of the modern wild, is one: reach for your phone. And that's when we install the first virus of the day. But we'll talk about that later. First, I want to propose an alternative, an analog antivirus: reading. I know. Read? You want me to read? I can barely read the shampoo letters in the bathroom. I understand the panic. When productivity gurus talk about morning reading, we imagine them reading treatises of Stoic philosophy while the sun gently illuminates their private libraries. Our reality is trying to focus our eyes on a page while our brains are still more like alphabet soup. But this is where the anti-coach philosophy comes into play. Forget the pressure. We're not talking about reading War and Peace before coffee. We are not talking about reading to optimize your knowledge or to become 1% better every day. We're talking about using reading for a much simpler and more powerful purpose: to calibrate your brain. Think about it. What happens when you pick up your phone? Your brain is bombarded with a chaotic stream of information: urgent emails, anxious news, an influencer's perfect life, memes, notifications. It's like trying to drink from a fire hydrant. It's too much, too fast. Your mind, still in safe mode, simply can't process it. The result is a short circuit that generates anxiety, comparison, and a feeling that you're already late for everything. Reading, on the other hand, is the opposite. It's a linear, organized, and focused flow of information. Reading a page of a book forces your brain to focus on a single task. It's an exercise in focus. It's like taking your mind for a leisurely walk in the park, rather than throwing it into the middle of a busy street during rush hour. And what to read? Anything that doesn't stress you out. It could be fiction, a biography, a collection of short stories, a comic book, even your favorite gossip magazine. The goal isn't the content, it's the act. It's about giving your brain a calm, structured task so it can finish its initialization process in peace. 20 minutes is ideal, but if you only manage 5, that's a huge victory. Leave a book by your bed. When you wake up, instead of diving into the digital chaos, immerse yourself in another world, even if just for a few pages. You'll be, in effect, telling your brain, hey, calm down. The day hasn't started to attack us yet. Let's get our thoughts in order first. It's a small act of rebellion against the urgency of the modern world, and it's one of the best upgrades you can make to your system. Now that the brain is a little more awake, freed from the panic of digital chaos, it's time to take care of the machine, the hardware, the body that carries this somewhat buggy mind. And here, we'll apply the most fundamental rule of the anti-coach social club, the primal law. It's a law so simple, so basic, it almost seems silly, but it holds transformative power. The law is, before anything else, before coffee, before thinking about work, before worrying about the future of humanity, drink a glass of water. That's it. End of chapter. Just kidding. But that's the gist. Think about it. You've spent the last 7, 8, maybe 9 hours without drinking any liquids. Your body is literally dehydrated. Your brain, which is about 75% water, is begging for fuel. Every cell in your body is crying out for help. And what's our first response? Usually, coffee, which is a diuretic. It's like running your car on reserve and, instead of gas, putting in an additive that will make what little is left go away faster. It doesn't make sense. We complicate our lives so much with biohacking, expensive supplements, and complex rituals that we forget the most obvious. Water is our system's lubricant. Drinking a large glass of water first thing in the morning is like giving your body its first sip of life. It's a clear message to your body that the day has begun and that it has the fuel it needs to function. But the power of this habit goes beyond physical hydration. It has a huge psychological component. Think of it as your first victory of the day. In a world where everything seems complicated and out of our control, drinking a glass of water is a task you can complete with 100% success every day. It's a check off your to-do list before you even have a to-do list. To make things easier, leave a glass or bottle of water next to your bed the night before. Make the decision so easy that it would be harder not to make it. It doesn't have to be water with lemons squeezed by Tibetan monks under the light of a full moon. Just water. It's the simplest and most primitive act of care. It's the foundation of everything. Before you want to build a productivity skyscraper, you need to make sure the foundation is solid, machine hydrated, brain calibrated with a few pages of a book. Now, our inner chimpanzee starts to feel an itch. It needs something, a reward, a stimulus. It starts hunting for dopamine, the neurotransmitter of pleasure and motivation. And the easiest hunter, the prey already trapped next to our bed, is our cell phone. Picking up your phone in the morning is like giving a child a bowl of pure sugar. The reward is instant and intense. Every notification, every like, every short video is a little shot of dopamine. The problem? It's low-quality dopamine. It's junk food for the brain. It gives you a quick spike of pleasure, but then comes a crash, leaving you more tired, anxious, and craving more. You enter a vicious cycle. You scroll for 10 minutes, and when you stop, you feel unenergized. You feel drained, empty. So how do we get our morning dopamine fix without falling into this trap? We reset our settings. We do what our chimpanzee ancestors would do. We hunt for the good dopamine, the organic dopamine. And one of the most powerful and overlooked sources of high-quality dopamine is literally right outside your window: sunlight. The habit here is ridiculously simple. After drinking your water, before turning on any screen, expose yourself to a few minutes of direct sunlight. It doesn't have to be through a window. Glass filters out the beneficial rays. Open the window and face out. Go to the balcony. Step into the backyard. Stay there for 5 to 10 minutes. What happens in your brain when you do this is pure biological magic. Sunlight, especially in the early morning hours, hits the photoreceptors in your eyes and sends a powerful signal to your brain that says, "Hey, the day has begun. It's time to wake up." This helps regulate the production of cortisol, the stress hormone, giving you a healthy peak in the morning, which is when you need it most for energy. And most importantly, it helps reset your biological clock, the famous circadian rhythm. Doing this consistently improves your mood during the day and, believe it or not, improves the quality of your sleep at night, because your body learns to recognize the clear signals of day and night. It's a natural source of energy and well-being. It's the dopamine that doesn't come with an anxiety hangover. Think of it as an act of rebellion. While the world is glued to a screen, being manipulated by algorithms to feel peaks of artificial pleasure, you're standing, free, absorbing the most powerful energy in our solar system. You're choosing quality game. You're feeding your brain what it truly needs. And best of all, it's a habit that forces you to disconnect, to connect with something much greater. And that feeling alone is a tremendous reward. We've reached the topic that sends shivers down most people's spines: morning exercise. The very expression conjures images of suffering. People sweating on treadmills at 6 in the morning with forced smiles on their faces, while we can barely find the strength to put both feet on the ground. It's the epitome of toxic productivity culture. The idea that if you haven't done a high-intensity workout before sunrise, your day is already a failure. Let's throw that idea out the window. Here at the Anti-Coach Social Club, we propose something different: the Lazy Monkey Ritual. The goal of this ritual isn't to burn calories, build muscle, or train for a marathon. The goal is one: to break physical inertia. Think about your body after hours of lying in the same position. It's stiff, numb. The energy is stagnant. The Lazy Monkey Ritual is simply an invitation to awaken your body in a gentle and, why not, fun way. The rule is simple. Move for 5 minutes. That's it, 5 minutes. How? Whatever your inner chimp tells you to do. You can start by stretching, but not that discreet stretch. Do the stretch. Stretch every limb as if your life depended on it. Yawn loudly, make noises. Imagine a cat or a dog stretching after a nap. They have no shame. They give themselves over to movement. Do the same. Feel your muscles awakening. Then you can try some simple movements. Roll your shoulders, neck, and wrists. Do some jumping jacks. Jump in place. Or, my favorite suggestion, put on your favorite song, the one that makes you want to dance, and let loose for 5 minutes. Dance ridiculously. Dance like no one's watching, because, probably, no one is. Dance badly. The goal isn't performance, it's expression. It's shaking the laziness out of your body. What happens when you do this is fascinating. Movement, even short and low intensity, releases endorphins, the body's natural painkillers and mood lifters. It increases blood circulation, bringing fresh oxygen to the brain and muscles. You're literally lubricating your joints and waking up your nervous system. The barrier to this habit is virtually zero. You don't need workout clothes, you don't need equipment, you don't even need to leave the house. All you need is 5 minutes and the desire to feel a little less like a stone statue and a little more like a living being. By letting go of the pressure of the perfect workout, you open yourself to the simple joy of movement. It's a gift you give your body, a small celebration for carrying you through another day. And at the end of those 5 minutes, you won't be exhausted. You'll be energized with a smile on your face and ready for the next step. You did it. You navigated the treacherous morning sea. You embraced the system bug, calibrated your mind with reading, hydrated your machine, hunted for the good dopamine, and broke the inertia with the lazy monkey ritual. You fought small battles against your lazier instincts and won them all. So there you have it, the anti-coach morning routine. Did you notice that at no point do we talk about waking up before sunrise? We don't talk about optimizing every second or filling out productivity spreadsheets. We don't promise you'll become a millionaire or that all your problems will disappear. The world is already complicated and demanding enough. Your morning doesn't have to be another battlefield. It can be your training ground, your refuge, the place where you reconnect with yourself before connecting with the rest of the world. This is the true life-changing experience, reclaiming your own morning. So tell us in the comments, what's your personal ritual? What's your small morning victory? Let's exchange ideas and help each other build mornings that work for us, not the gurus.